Okay, it's working. It kind of works every time. The music, everything.
I mean, sometimes. Don't jinx it.
Live from the bottom of an ESG themed trash can that nobody is stealing or getting fired for.
Oh.
Nobody wants that. It's a Business Pants Friday show here at June 26th. Studios featuring analyst Matt Moscardi.
Hey, there's no New York City trash cans in my office.
On today's weekly wrap-up, the summer of JPMorgan.
Oh.
Paying workers more might give them more money.
What? Where? How?
And a CEO speed round. Yeah.
Yeah. The CEO speed round is quite the speed round, too.
Well, sometimes our analysts get busy and our writers get busy with other things, so they just do speed rounds. I like a speed round.
Hopefully it's actually speedy. We don't do speed well.
No, especially
do a lot of speed.
My top stories. Our show today is being sponsored by Free Float Analytics and freefloatanalytics.com. Yeah, the only platform measuring board power connections and performance for free. I mean, look, I now have daily access. I was going to say the same thing. I have daily access to the new platform, but there's a lot more we can add to that.
Oh my God, there's so much on there.
Yeah.
So they told me that the beta access has been handed out to a few people. They're starting to get like feedback and stuff like that. I don't know what the feedback could be except give me more. Is so much stuff that's so interesting.
How about I'll give you money for more?
I mean, like literally, that would be nice, but that's not. I'm not hearing that feedback yet. But like the podcast, when we finish this podcast and put it up, it's going to immediately appear on the front page. It's going to be tagged with all the companies we talk about. So you can actually go look at all the data, the companies that we're talking about. The zine is right there. You can send it to your friends. All the news is live. It's happening live. It's amazing.
It's impressive.
Amazing. Anyway.
You know me, I hate doling out compliments, but it's impressive.
You hate everything, though, so that's just in keeping.
I like toast.
All right, let's talk about toast. Next up, top story.
Come on, let's go.
Toast.
All right. Start from the top.
Oh my God, bring the energy.
I know. Hopefully this won't take too long. It's not my fault. JPMorgan's big news week. That's the top story. First top story.
They were in the news a lot, yeah.
It kind of starts with this headline, and then I'll sort of try to break it all down. The headline is this is from the Wall Street Journal of all places. The lurid lawsuit, salami scandal, and trash can thief vexing JPMorgan's PR department.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the trash can.
Not the salami scandal. I don't.
I don't know if I care about the salami scandal.
That's what I'm most interested in.
Okay, I can tell you about that. First of all, congratulations to the right-wing press. This is a gift for them because here's the headline: JPMorgan DEI executive fired.
Oh,
after viral Knicks parade videos. So Angie Báez, an executive director of community and industry engagement at the bank. I guess that's is that DEI?
Is that DEI?
Communities involved?
Communities, the DEI.
So I mean, banks are not supposed to engage their stakeholders and customers. Is that a DEI thing?
None of those words are diversity or.
She's a person
inclusion.
of color. That's the DEI. All right. Everyone knows this story already. Knicks fans were understandably happy. I mean, look,
overjoyed.
I'm a Celtics fan, so I laugh at Knicks fans. But they won something for the first time in my lifetime, so great. And,
awesome.
Fans do what fans do. They're called fans because it's short for fanatics. And, they often take memorabilia.
They went a little nuts, yeah.
Yeah, they went a little nuts.
Only a couple of them went nuts.
But, let's be honest.
Joyous dancing in the street.
She took a trash can that was painted orange and blue, and it's so bad that the city fined her $175. That's how bad this is, right? Because there are other videos of Knicks fans like beating people up, setting fires, so it's not. She just took a piece of memorabilia. The point being, JPMorgan immediately fired her.
Can I just say?
Yeah,
actually, A parking ticket in New York City costs $180.
Okay, so
She
this
got
is
fined
less.
less than a parking ticket.
Yeah, on the first night in 50 years where she could celebrate her team, and let's not forget that James Dolan, Madison Square Garden, they sell a lot of alcohol, so they're like liquoring these people up anyway, and all around Madison Square Garden is bars. That's not the point. The point is JP Morgan.
Yeah.
Let's get to JP
Wall
Morgan.
Street bankers, they're going snorting coke off of hookers in like.
So let's talk about it.
What? Come on.
That was my point. So that JP Morgan immediately fired her. Now I'm just going to give you two examples of recent JP Morgan scandals where people weren't fired. So the first is a doozy. In 2023, JPMorgan Chase agreed to a $290 million settlement. That's that's like 1.7 million times bigger than her fine. Okay?
Oh,
to resolve a class action lawsuit from survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
oh no! Can we actually?
Yeah. Well, no, I want to tell you the story quickly. The bank was accused of actively ignoring glaring red flags and helping bankroll Epstein's sex trafficking operation for 15 years. Now, specifically, who kept their job? Mary Erdos, the head of asset and wealth management, was fully aware of Epstein's status as a high-risk sex offender, reviewed his account, and was directly implicated in internal communications regarding his status. She faced 0 professional demotions and still to this day is talked about as one of the potential successors to be CEO of JP Morgan. So there you go. So I don't need to go much beyond that story, really.
You don't really.
No,
but,
I don't want to waste time.
I feel, I don't know why, but I feel more sad that it was only 1.7 million trash
greater.
cans.
Yeah.
Cans worth of
maybe this
damage.
one makes you feel better. In 2020, JPMorgan Chase entered a deferred prosecution agreement and agreed to pay a record $920 million. That's 5.3 million trash cans.
Oh, that's a lot more trash cans.
To settle federal charges of market manipulation. How about that one?
Ooh, that was sexy and salacious.
This was when traders were engaged in spoofing, meaning placing tens of thousands of fake deceptive orders to artificially move market prices, maximize their own profits, blah, blah, blah. While the traders themselves were let go, none of the people overseeing them, none of the processes in place that should have been overseeing them suffered any kind of, no one was fired, no board members lost their job, nothing happened.
So a brown woman in a fit of joy takes a trash can and returns it.
It's like a 50-year flood.
Takes a trash can, returns it because she gave it back. She gave the trash can back. She didn't even keep it.
She did? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she gave it back.
You know how many dumb friends like you have in college who have like a stop sign in their dorm room or like a street sign? It's like...
And she is fired and blackballed probably from the industry.
Yeah, stupid.
Meanwhile, you can manipulate markets and help a sex trafficker, and you get nothing.
Nothing. Do you want to? Well, you do. You get to be on a short list to be a successor to Jamie Dimon. Do you want to hear the salami scandal?
I just want to know what it is. Just give me the short version.
So, in 2024, a wealth manager was fired because he expensed a $600 deli platter, right? And the bank accused him of intentionally misclassifying as a personal party as a bank, as a business meeting. But as it turned out, they were wrong. And an arbitration panel actually ordered JP Morgan to pay him $4 million in damages.
Wow. Wow.
So the salami scandal was actually JP Morgan screwing up.
They both feel like JP Morgan screwing up. The trash can and the salami scandal are both JP Morgan screwing up.
I mean, to your point about like Coke and traders, and I mean, the dude, he expenses a deli platter and they fired him. Whatever happened to like warnings and like don't do it again and what happened to that stuff?
I'm sure that stuff probably exists, and I'm fine firing people who break the rules and stuff. But you gotta then fire all the people who break the rules. You can't pick and choose. Like I fired salami guy and trash can girl, but I'm not gonna fire Jamie Dimon, who's involved in like market manipulation. And
not to mention the optics of this is so bizarre to me. The Knicks have sucked my entire lifetime. They finally win. Good for them. Good for the fans. JP Morgan he's like Mr. New York. He's the king of New York. He can't. I mean, he can't like figure out a way to joke about this. Like gift her a trash can for her desk forever, and just have like
tell her
just some like PR release. We love the Knicks.
Imagine if Jamie Dimon was like, we told her, we love your spirit. Give the trash can back, and we'll buy you your own.
Yeah, I know.
But
I mean,
you can't be doing that
have some
stuff.
fun
whatever.
with it. New York is like with the love affair with Mamdani and the Knicks. New York this is like the first time New York's been happy in years. Give them a break.
It's unbelievable.
Not to mention that we covered a story just this week that Mr. Jamie Dimon, who hates work from home, he eased that policy this week to let workers work from home to watch the World Cup.
Look.
So you can watch that sporting event from home, breaking all his. Remember, he hates people who work from home. Remember,
he told them like lazy and like he said no.
He said at a meeting, he's like you're on your fucking Zooms. That's his quote, by the way. So that's what's going on. And then I just want to add a few other things for the JPMorgan week. More nerdy governance things. So first, they announced a $50 billion buyback. Is that possible?
If you got the cash, I
don't think I've ever seen a buyback. I guess that last bit of that buyback meant they couldn't afford Angie Báez. They had to fire her. They also promoted two men to be co-presidents, Doug Petno and Troy Rohrbaugh. So they are now considered the next successors to CEO Jamie Dimon, which is important because it used to be three women who were leading that charge.
Well, if they weren't so busy stealing trash cans, then
right.
there would still be women there.
Well, one of those women was actually Mary Erdos, who I mentioned with the Epstein scandal. So now they've shifted once again with the succession policy, and they do this all the time at JPMorgan. Whenever they announce people getting promoted or they think that someone else might take over for Jamie, they apologize to everyone by handing out cash.
Yeah, they did
or
do
equity.
That, yeah.
So on the same day, they announced that those two co-presidents are getting $30 million each in equity bonuses, and then two of the women, including Mary Erdos, are getting $20 million each.
Where's my $30 million equity bonus?
And finally, the last JPMorgan story that I had to talk about, because we just talked about the work from home thing with the World Cup. There's a study that came out. This is a post from Fortune magazine. A 6-year study shows that CEOs who push for RTO mandates are the ones with the biggest egos. A 6-year study tracking corporate executives revealed that strict return to office mandates are heavily driven by narcissism and executive ego rather than actual employee productivity. So how dare Fortune call Jamie Dimon a narcissist? That seems a bit too far, right? How about that they're doing studies on this? I love it.
I love that. Yeah? We'll come back to that anyway.
Okay,
it's in my speed round.
That's JPMorgan. You ready to move on?
Oh my God, that was like 15 minutes of JPMorgan.
I know. I think I did pretty well on that. Usually I take 25
that was
minutes
actually
on my first story.
I love
one.
the juxtaposition of trash can stealer
on a
to
50-year
Jeffrey
flood
Epstein,
victory.
Enabler.
It'd be one thing if it was like the Yankees. It's like, who cares anymore? The Yankees have won like 900 championships.
You know what? If the Mets win, they should be allowed to steal everything.
But not a mailbox. That's federal property.
You think? Oh, good point.
Okay. Next story. GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen. This is such a stupid, weird story. This is the headline. Spurns $35 billion pay plan.
Spurns.
I know, to focus on plan to buy eBay. He basically he's the one who came up with this stupid $35 billion. It's like an Elon Musk-esque pay package where he has to hit all these goals and he'll get $35 billion. But then after that, he decided he suddenly wanted to buy eBay. So he tried to buy eBay and eBay was like, no, like the offer is weird. You're weird. And one of the reasons why everyone thought Ryan Cohen was weird and why eBay didn't want anything to do with it was this pay package. Everyone was upset about this pay package. So he got rid of it, and he's arguing now that he doesn't want the package so that GameStop's leadership can fully focus on its operating performance and the planned acquisition. So that's a weird statement, right? So he's admitting that his pay package was like taking up the it was distracting leadership, and they weren't focusing on operating performance because they were thinking about his pay.
Well, all right. So
Yeah.
take a sports comp, right?
Yeah.
Like
Unwind this for me.
Let's say that, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City superstar,
Yeah.
gets paid instead of like the max salary, he gets paid something like $10 billion. And all anyone talks about is
Sure, it'll happen one day soon. Yeah.
is the fact that SGA's got a $10 billion salary, award coming, and everybody else on the team is like, screw this. What am I doing this for? Like, why am I here? I hate this. And SGA's like, I'm going to buy the Knicks and play for Oklahoma City. And everyone's like, oh, I hate you. And then he says, you know what? I'll give up my $10 billion salary so that I can buy the Knicks. So we can focus on buying the Knicks.
It's so weird.
You know what? It still is stupid. It makes no sense. So
the other headline is that Ryan Cohen said, "I'm not about trying to buy eBay. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to go away." This guy's weird. I'm sorry, Ryan Cohen. But
I think there's going to be stories later on about like some like Ryan Cohen like collects cat skeletons or something. Like it's going to be some weird stuff later.
Third big story of the week: SpaceX handed lowest possible ESG rating by MSCI. I'm just excited. The first time we could
story of the
we
week.
could have MSCI. MSCI never makes our stories of the week. I'm just thrilled.
I like. Look,
love this.
Wasn't. Can we say that it? They're not exactly going out on a limb with their lowest possible ESG rating for SpaceX.
I guess so.
The fact that SpaceX is basically ignored or contravened every environmental law you can think of. It's a private company that basically is Elon Musk's piggy bank now, and there's no governance rights. And they also are acquiring like 5 other companies that are objectively horrible. Like Grok is literally a racist machine.
Yeah.
You put that all together, and it's pretty easy triple C, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I would think they stuck to their methodologies, no? I mean...
Isn't that the methodology? Isn't that what we're...
I don't know. I like that.
I like it, though.
I'm looking at their governance. First of all, the governance is too high. It's like a 3.2 out of 10? That seems too high.
3.7 or something out of 10. Yeah.
But overall, it's the lowest ESG rating when you consider everything else. But I was looking at the profile, and I was thinking, like, not to toot the horn of free flow analytics platform, but I will.
Yeah,
I go... you look at their profile, MSCI, and it's like you don't really have a great understanding of what's happening. I mean, looking at their write-up for the board, all it says is the board currently has an independent majority.
No, it does not.
This is SpaceX, which enables it to more effectively fulfill its critical function of overseeing management on behalf of shareholders.
What?
The company has, I got to keep going. The company has failed to split the role of CEO and chair, which may limit the board's independence from current management interests. Split CEO and chairman roles are characteristics of 67% of companies in the market. So that's
AI
the write-up for the board.
It's wrote that.
I mean, go to Free Flow Analytics and look at how we cover companies. It's just a complete world of difference.
SpaceX will be in Free Flow Analytics in
soon.
like the next 2 weeks, and I am 100% sure it's going to show up as a structurally deferential board, totalitarian, and the board is totally compromised.
Look, I don't know who you're buying your governance data from, your ESG data, whatever. And I'm just going to guess out loud that it's expensive and that you don't even use 90% of the data. I'm just going to suggest to you that you consider the data and platform at Free Float to replace whatever contract you have, because it's extra data that you will use. So maybe it's time to audit your accounts and come on over to Free Float.
Is it off? I use the platform for Free Float 50 times a day. Like,
I do too. I use it for show
look
research.
Stuff up, constantly looking.
It's actually the other good thing about it I like is that it's fast. It's easy. It's responsive.
I'm going to tell you that was not an easy feat.
Okay, all right. Well, it's easy to use. And then finally, the fourth story of the week. Another headline that's depressing in the world of corporate governance: Wealth Tower CFO. Tim McHugh, CFO.
Yeah,
not the CEO. $167 million pay package sets new record for CFOs. And we've been covering this a lot in the Proxy Countdown. An insane amount of golden hello packages being thrown at CFOs who don't even stay at companies very long anymore. In fact, Nike just grabbed the CFO from Pfizer. I don't understand that synergy. Nike turns the CFO from, I guess Pfizer sells drugs. Nike, I guess sneakers are drugs. Or okay, maybe I understand it. But they just throw a boatload of cash at him. He doesn't even stay at companies for more than 4 years. So anyway, I read this entire article. Yeah, it's depressing from my perspective because executive pay in America is just out of control, especially considering everything else going on in our country. I read the entire article. Do you want to know the one thing that this article did not mention?
His favorite shoe size?
Actually, I wish they did do that. I know maybe they think they did have that. Yeah, its
they
favorite
had
shoe
that.
size
It
is
was
10.5. Yeah. No, they didn't. They just failed to mention that the CEO at Welltower, his name is Shank Mitra. His pay package this year was $821 million.
Oh, you know what?
It's not even in the story.
But ironically, I saw Shank Mitra's name in a totally separate story about the top 10 paid CEOs this year.
Right.
And it was Musk is number one, obviously, because like I don't know why we think he's worth it, but we keep giving him money.
We give him entire planets.
Mitra was like number 4 on the top 10 list. Mitra's one
another
of the
reason.
top.
Okay. Here's
for
another
what?
reason to adopt the free float platform is that the business news doesn't connect any dots. You go to the Welltower page at Free Float, not only going to get everything about the executives and the board, but you're going to get the articles that we tag that go with these stories so that you can see it all together. I mean, it's just crazy that they don't mention this stuff.
Bananas.
Anyway, those are my 4 stories of the week.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so I get to choose. It's JPMorgan week. It's GameStop. Definitely not that. SpaceX ESG rating. I'd love to make it the ESG rating of SpaceX. Like that was an important story to somebody other than us.
Well, look, it did.
Interesting.
It did have I'm the one who tags the stories, and I will say that for MSCI. This story got a lot of play because they were being clever with it, the headline writers. This one said, CCC score puts Elon Musk's company on par with Russia after 2022 invasion of Ukraine. Now, the analogy is stupid, but, they're having fun with it. Well, it's good clickbait, but, I don't know. Then again, maybe you should love it because I'm kind of forgetting that I have this theory that CEOs and companies are going to become their own sovereign state. So maybe you should compare Elon Musk to Russia.
There you go.
Actually,
I think that's correct. I mean,
All right, go ahead.
he's a trillionaire. You're talking about that's the GDP of Poland.
No, you're right.
Like,
you're right.
So he's already a country.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. What's the story?
And then Welltower CFO pay package. It's JPMorgan. I mean, I don't have an option.
What a dumb
except JPMorgan.
What a dumb dopey.
When normal people are talking about trash can lady at JPMorgan, then you've crossed some sort of.
This is the guy, Jamie Dimon. Remember that performative kneel down he did at one of his banks?
Yeah, he didn't get fired for that. I guess he
Yeah.
didn't take a trash can from in front of the.
But he can't.
city.
He can't forgive this woman for.
Just get over it.
I don't even get it. Honestly,
Fit of joy.
Honestly, I just don't get this one. I don't get firing someone unless look. I could be speaking out of turn. If you look at her personnel record, maybe she has stolen 400 trash cans in the city,
Maybe
and
her
they keep warning her, one more trash can, Angie, and you're gone. Right? So
Maybe your entire apartment is full of trash.
So I
cans.
could be wrong. All right. Let's move
All right, let's move on. It's a good list.
Oh, good. We need some good news.
You have 3. I have 1. I just did 1.
Yeah, I do a lot more now because I'm trying to counterbalance the negative that these shows cover now.
Well, actually, I would have chosen 2 of yours that you pulled, but I saw that you pulled them already because you were on it early, doing pre-production work early yesterday.
That's because you threatened to that we had to record this show at 4 a.m. So I panicked last night while watching World Cup. See, I was working from home watching World Cup.
You were.
So maybe Jamie's right. In fact, I stayed up.
You were more productive.
I stupidly stayed up all the way to the end. I went to bed
know, it was not good. I was not glad that I stayed up to the end. All right, so do yours first, and I'll do my 1.
Scientists say new method turns coffee grounds into high-potency renewable fuel. This one's just nuts. This is from South Korea, where they're saying that they can convert spent coffee waste into high-quality charcoal known as biochar, and the whole process takes 90 seconds.
That's fine. It's the burning of the biochar that feels like the bad thing. Are we
okay? But
are we past coal?
Okay, but my point being here is that the gas companies are like they've given up basically. Trump is like basically forbidding wind power. I'm just saying like let's keep at it. This is great. Let's just keep at it. We can figure this out.
I would love somehow.
Let's spend R&D money and let's figure it. No buybacks.
Trump was like really excited about getting coffee ground coal.
How about this? How about Trump? You can do this. I know Trump listens. Why don't we? He's pretending to be mad at the gas companies this week for not lowering gas prices. He's pretending that those aren't his buddies. How about you forbid gas and oil companies from doing buybacks, and that money has to go into R&D to solve this whole thing, to figure out how to renewables.
Climate crisis? Yeah,
hey, you can sell the biochar or whatever. You can still make money. All right, that's my first good story of the week. Second good story. I can't believe this isn't a no-brainer, but it'll fail. Bill to raise minimum wage to $25 an hour will be introduced in Senate. I mean, enough said there.
It's $25 an hour by like
6 years
or something. Yeah,
6 years. Well, major corporations would have 6 years. Unfortunately, smaller companies would have 13 years. That's too long. Nearly half of the American workforce makes less than $25 an hour. I like that at the World Cup too, that a lot of non-U.S. fans were not tipping, and they were like chanting and yelling and protesting for American companies to pay your workers. Well, no, it's a fair point. Relying on this tipping system is ludicrous. I mean, asking the consumer to make up the difference is ludicrous. Pay your workers.
Only in this country. It's the dumbest
pay your
system
workers
on earth. Yeah.
Third story of the week, which I just added last second. This came out this morning. Federal judge blocks new law aimed at ESG DEI investing decisions. This is in Kansas, so they're you covered this very well. There was a requirement that institutional investment advisors basically had to do a pledge of allegiance. Saying like, I will not like eat your Legos or whatever. I don't know. Like it was some stupid thing.
That was the pledge. Yeah.
And the real reason why I attacked this is yet again, another female judge is fighting for our world.
You know what? I want you to stop looking up the judges because
it's automatic. We know it's a woman.
Well, I'm a little worried that you're going to keep pointing it out, and then someone's going to be like, "We're going to ban female judges, like only male judges from now on."
I laugh, but you're probably right.
It's possible.
All right, what do you got?
Here's my one good list.
Yeah.
Mostly because I liked the first two of your. Well, I like the minimum wage one. Is really the one I like.
It's time.
Mackenzie Scott alone accounted for 1/3 of America's $19.2 billion in mega gifts last year.
What's a mega gift?
That's a good question. I guess
mega gift.
I mean, it's a big one.
Megatron. What's a mega gift? It's a big gift.
It's a big gift. I don't know. Like
okay.
But I just saw another story like touting that Elon Musk gives a lot of money away, and it's like he gives it away to the Musk Foundation.
Yeah, right.
Which is does donor advised funds, which is a black hole, which the money never has to go anywhere. Like Warren Buffett's giving away all his money to his kids' foundations,
Susan,
right?
Yeah.
Like what's the thing?
No, I applaud.
I just like everything Mackenzie Scott does. All right, do we have a winner there? It's minimum wage. Isn't it?
I mean it hasn't passed yet, but look, let's just vote
for
it.
That it's even going to come up as a bill is kind of.
I mean, this seems like the moment. This seems like the moment. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer moment. I mean, inflation is up again this month. Anyway, let's move on.
All right, let's move on. Oh, assholes! All right,
we're making good time. I did? Making good time.
You know what I did?
No,
I did a CEO speed round. I will give you one CEO. Each one is an asshole. One CEO, one headline, and then a one-liner.
Wait, what?
So I'm going to give you the CEO. I'm going to give you one line about why they're an asshole, and then the story that makes them an asshole. Just the headline of the story.
Oh, so I don't get to play?
You definitely get to play.
Oh,
There's
how do
10
I play?
options here.
Yeah.
And would you rather rank them 0 to 10,
Oh,
or
God,
would you
no,
rather
no.
pick a winner?
I'll just pick a winner. I'll pick a gold, silver, and bronze because no one wants to like sit around while I like work out a ranking system of 10 things I can't remember.
All right, here we go.
ahead.
Speed round. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm always ready for a speed round.
All right. First up, Tim Cook. Here's my one-liner. It's pretty sweet to quit your job and let the new guy fight the union. Here's the headline. Apple closed America's first unionized store and blocked workers from transfers. Now the union is fighting back. So Tim Cook steps into his board role, his executive chair role,
Yeah.
sidesteps the first major union fight for Apple.
How about
Gives
this?
it to the new guy.
Also, this week he's had this stupid quote saying that because they're raising prices basically on all the Apple products.
I saw that. Yeah.
He said, "Unfortunately, price increases are unavoidable," end quote. Which we know is not true. I mean,
No,
we know how much cash they have. We
Yeah.
know there's other ways of getting around this, but anyway, that's
It's unavoidable.
unavoidable. Yeah, that was a stupid quote. I think he also did he compare it to like the 100-year flood or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I think they constantly compare.
See, I
everything
think you're
to
right, but I
100
think
flood.
you're right though. I think Tim is like loosening up because he's like sliding
He's
in
executive chair
role.
now. So here's the thing: we had a working theory on the Proxy Countdown, or maybe it was the Tuesday show earlier this week, where we were talking about after Bezos became executive chair, he started
Loosened
spouting
up.
off. He just
his
that's when he
tie
started unleashing his horrible
Yeah.
personality on the world.
Yeah.
Should we expect now Tim Cook more
Yes.
quotes in the press of him being just an
Yes.
asshole?
Well,
Maybe
listen
he
to this
likes
stupid
Trump.
quote from the Wall Street Journal. He said he's talking about the price increase. This is a 100-year flood, which is stupid to begin with, and then he makes it even stupider. I've never seen anything like it in any area in over 40 years. So, couldn't he say 100 years? Couldn't he keep the 100-year flood to 100 years?
The 100-year thing. Yeah, stick
Yeah.
with it. Stick with it.
And by
Stick
the
with
way,
it.
you're wrong. The 100-year flood is the Knicks winning and the trash can being stolen.
Yeah.
So. All right,
That's
keep
a
going.
50-year flood.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 2, Jamie Dimon.
Oh,
It was here's my one-liner. It was easy. We just pointed to the ones with boobs and said, "Not you." Here's the
That is
headline. How JPMorgan went from 3 female CEO contenders to an all-male succession race.
yeah. This one made me wonder. I saw this article yesterday because I we're talking about the performative Jamie Dimon with the kneeling and everything, and the whole performative corporate world with the board mandates for women on boards that now has gone away. Now we're just like we don't care anymore. DEI is not important. I wonder if the 3 female CEO contenders were all bullshit.
Of course they were.
Okay.
I think that.
But what are we doing? What kind of a sick world is this?
If they were all real, they would still be contenders. There's nothing that they're doing now that would make them not contenders, I imagine. Like they were contenders 6 months ago. And now they're not? Now it's
don't like
all
that.
dudes?
Move on.
Like, it's unbelievable.
It is.
Number 3.
They're co-dudes, co-presidents.
I know. How many co's do we need? It's like the Larry Ellison model of everything.
That's the
everyone's a
worst
co.
too, because just like a bad TV show, these 2 dudes are going to be like fighting each other now for this.
I think they should film the whole thing. If you're going to do it,
on
at
the White
least
House
make it-
lawn. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
All right. Number 3, Zuck.
Suck.
Here's my one-liner. The best thing about being a little man king with no accountability is I can randomly change and unchange and rechange my mind about people's lives.
Yeah.
Here's the headline. Meta pauses an AI training program that tracks employees' keystrokes after an internal leak.
Yeah.
As in, they know how shitty what they were doing was. It leaked. And then because employee morale is so bad from the layoffs and everything else, they had to pause the program.
What you're saying about employee morale is not just conjecture. It was like the CTO said that.
But here's the thing that we're watching happen with Zuck. I would call it from the Joe Rogan, the companies need to be more masculine moment to now.
Yeah, the anti-DEI movement, the anti-woman movement.
Zuck tried to be Musk, right? Like Zuck tried to get his Musk on, and
He's
be all
doing
like,
a good job of it.
except that no one like Musk has these like weirdly fanatical meme, followers. They think
Yeah,
he's
but he also has
because he's doing rockets and shit.
It's true, but he also has a lot of miserable employees.
Sure, but he's got people who are willing to work building a rocket to go to Mars.
7 days a week they
thing.
work. Yeah.
Zuck took an idea from, the Winklevoss twins and cornered a market and just bought WhatsApp, bought Instagram. He bought everything he did.
Yeah.
Everything they've made. He bought the Oculus Rift.
Right.
Everything Zuck has made sucks. Like nobody and no one likes him. He's
Even
one of the most unlikable people.
Well, there was a report yesterday that the person who does like him now is Trump. That he's now won the Musk-Zuck war. Like Zuck is now number one on the list.
Yeah, that's what today. Like,
imagine how much you must suck that. Because let's be fair, the average employee, the median employee at Meta makes quite a bit of money compared to
400,000 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine how much you must suck that they all hate you and morale's at all-time low, right? I mean, that's a fair chunk of change there.
I think everyone's looking up and being like, wait, this is the guy? Like Zuck, to his credit, like helped pioneer the do stuff, break everything, break every rule, don't care about feelings, have no empathy, make yourself a billionaire thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that. He was like an early pioneer for the Silicon Valley, do that thing, young person. So all these young people were like, I could do that too. And now they're looking at it and be like, our fearless leader's a total douchebag. All he does is like watches and fight UFC games and what?
Not to mention, I think they're looking at the culture that is being created around them and probably feeling some guilt.
It's horrible.
It's all horrible. All right, move on. This is not,
Larry
that wasn't
Fink,
speedy. Yeah, Larry Fink.
Number 4. Larry, here's my one-liner. Have you seen the size of my signature? Come to work. A 6-year study shows which CEOs are pushing RTO mandates, the one with the biggest ego. So you covered the story.
Wait, is he one of the
He's one of the names in the story.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And my favorite part about it is what the researchers used as a proxy for ego.
Right.
Here's a quote. In the 6-year study, researchers collected data on Fortune 500 CEOs using behavioral proxies. Signature size.
Yeah.
Photo size in annual reports.
I love this.
Pay gap relative to peers.
Love it.
To construct narcissism scores. The higher the score, the more likely a CEO is to publicly oppose remote and hybrid work and seek additional status like board chairmanship. In a separate experiment, CEOs whose egos were primed by reflecting on the assertive leadership styles of Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison showed significant greater opposition to working from home than a control group. Meaning, we did a joke study. Do you remember this like 5 years ago on one of our shows? We did a joke study where we went through some annual reports and some sustainability reports and counted the number of brown people in the pictures, right? People of color in the pictures, and then compared it to the actual workforce.
Yeah, none. There are none. Yeah,
and which there were none. And we found like Johnson & Johnson was the worst. It was like they had like every picture there was a black person in the picture.
Multiple.
And then, like, the workforce had, like, 1% black people.
Yeah,
right?
leadership
was really,
the leadership was bad. Yeah,
it was horrible.
Yeah,
this is that study. This is the real version. This is the academic version.
You know, it also
I feel
makes
like we
me think,
inspired them.
At the corporate library, we used to flag CEOs who's made their pay was a certain multiple higher than all the rest of the named executive officers because again, we feared that same narcissism that's going on here that. If that guy's making that much more than you, how are you supposed to feel about your trajectory and your power in the C-suite?
I free float if you're listening.
Yeah,
I want the scores on every company in the world. Narcissism score. I love it.
I like it. Keep going.
Number 5, Andy Jassy.
Yeah, he's Bezos's buddy.
Yeah, he's the
Amazon.
CEO, air quotes. Now we know exactly when you're wasting our time peeing in a bottle instead of working. Headline is Amazon is on a mission to optimize warehouse work. Its latest test puts wearable devices on support staff.
Oh my God. That's not good.
What a fucking asshole. Like you
But is that
welcome to work. Put on this watch so we know everything you're doing at all times.
Yeah, this reminds me of an episode of Andor that was on the Disney they had this these workers in prison. They were like optimized to be so efficient that they could get, create these widgets in the fastest way possible. But this also, what I'm guessing this is also doing is training their robot replacements, right? Because if you can record movement down to centimeters, then you can just have a robot do it.
I don't know when we stop treating workers like they're adults.
Probably like, the Industrial Revolution.
But like with the return to work mandates, with the train your AI replacement stuff, put on this wearable, tracking everything that you do, Zuckerberg tracking their clicks. Are we adults or are we not adults?
Well,
are you the only adult? What the fuck is going on?
How many more reasons can we give you to unionize your workforces? By the way, not to mention that this is for a company that just buys into the worst part of the American consumer. This is just like drug-addicted retail spending, which is crushing most of our bank accounts. We have so much debt in this country that
you want to know, making it worse, I just read a sell-side research paper by one of the big banks saying that Prime membership is undervalued
this is JPMorgan.
by like 10 times undervalued. Like they should be charging 10 times more. They should charge more.
That's JPMorgan that had that.
Charge more for Prime, so we can buy more what? Stop it.
I don't know. The weird thing is that look, I'm not like a minimalist. I don't buy a ton, but I'm sure I'm pretty bad compared to most of the world, but I don't buy a lot. And like you, I canceled my Prime membership 2 years ago. It's hard when you do these shows and work at this company. After a while, you have to bail on certain companies.
You have to just get rid of it.
I'm totally out on everything Mark Zuckerberg. I got rid of WhatsApp. I got rid of Instagram. I'm just totally out. Yep. And I did the same thing with Prime. It made no difference.
Nothing.
Two things. I don't buy as much.
Correct.
And I actually spent time going to neighborhood, the places
I go to
in my
the local
world,
place, down
and
the
I
street,
find things and I talk to them about what to buy, and then
I go to Ace Hardware when I want.
So,
exactly.
So anyway, all right, keep going.
Number 6.
Yeah.
Nikesh Arora.
Yeah.
Here's my one-liner. If you just said who, you better pay attention because I have important things to say. Headline is Palo Alto Network CEO. We're in a Darwinian moment where employees have to prove their AI skills.
Yeah, I saw that and I didn't like that. But,
not only did you not like it, but you were like, now does every fucking asshole have to weigh in? Every CEO
Darwinian too. Yeah, that's dark.
Seriously, shut up. We already have to hear this from a bunch of other assholes.
I saw a report not too long ago that Palo Alto Networks is one of the most routinely criticized pay packages of any company.
He's like number 2 of all pay.
Yeah. So there's that. That's how he stays ahead. He just ignores his shareholders' point of view. So
number 7, Satya Nadella.
Yeah.
If I complain about how everyone talks about AI, does that make me sound more sympathetic?
Yes.
The headline is Microsoft CEO takes aim at AI companies. We have to walk the walk to convince the public.
Yeah, the details of this are much worse than the headline.
What an asshole.
He admitted the whole game. This was an interview with the Wall Street Journal. This wasn't on his Reddit posts or something.
This is not him pretending. This is him literally saying,
we shouldn't tell people this is going to destroy the world and get them fired. We gotta stop saying that.
You gotta stop saying that. You gotta say that. He said we're going to move your jobs. What did he say? Reorganize.
Reorganize.
We're gonna reorganize your jobs.
Bad.
Reorganize you to what? The bread line? That's what you're going to reorganize me to?
Yeah.
How about...
I do like toast, though, so that could work for me, right?
Win-win.
As long as there's a variety. I want a cinnamon toast. I like a multi-grain. I like that sprouted Ezekiel bread. I want all kinds of different stuff.
Well, I don't think on the
nice
bread
English
line
muffin.
they give you options for toast.
No.
Jeff Bezos. I mean, if I'm honest, everyone is terrible and should be laid off. Here's the headline. Jeff Bezos called Washington Post his worst investment and staff he laid off terrible people.
Yeah. One of the I was just talking to a nice man who worked in D.C.
Now I
all
know
his
you're
life.
lying.
Yeah, I know. So, and we were talking about the Washington Post, and he lived in the neighborhood next to the Washington Post offices. We're really, when you forget that some of these places, especially these places of journalism, were the cornerstones of our democracy for so long. That we've come to this point where this idiot, this asshole, says these things and like it's nothing. It's sad. I just never would have guessed that we would have accelerated to this point where just because you're a rich blowhard who sells like cheap plastic on the internet, that not only do you have the power and money to buy a newspaper and destroy it, but also to talk shit about it on the way out because you're just a blowhard.
I feel like all the things you're saying, I feel like the quote is actually worse than all the things that you're saying.
Good.
like apparently what he did is in a dinner, this is from a book about Trump.
Okay.
And in a dinner with Trump in 2024, he said to Trump about the Washington Post,
"Oh God,
the people there are terrible.
Ugh.
They don't listen. My other companies, they listen."
Well, yeah, but that's
the reason why he thinks the journalists were terrible.
Right, but there's a thing called editorial independence from your owner, from your overlord. That's always been the case. You're not supposed to be telling them what to do.
But he just thinks everyone should listen to him because he has money. That's it. It's just nothing else. Like, you should just listen to me.
Yeah. No, it's bad.
All right, next.
And he's not the only one, by the way. He's not the only egomaniacal billionaire who's buying important media companies.
They all are. Now the whole media ecosystem is owned by like 4 guys, and they're all Trump donors. Number 9, and there's only one more after this. Brian Moynihan.
Yeah, Bank of America.
I mean, or your kid was late to school because they forgot to make their card for Teacher Appreciation Day. You didn't eat breakfast and you rushed to work for get to the office as fast as you could because working from home isn't allowed anymore. Here's the headline. By 7 a.m., Bank of America's CEO has already read 5 newspapers, his email inbox, and hit the gym. He says if you're late to meetings, you're selfish.
Yeah, this is. I laughed when I read that. I don't believe any of this, by the way.
What an asshole.
He read 5. I hope he didn't read anything from the terrible idiots at the Washington Post. I hope he didn't read that.
They're just terrible people.
Did it say what 5 newspapers he read? Because there's no way. I'm sorry. Because the New York Times, you basically have to be unemployed. I remember when I had a New York Times subscription living in New York. When I wasn't working, it was great. But when I got a job, who had time to read the New York Times? It's impossible.
The New York Times is a long paper. It's a long paper.
So what's he reading? Is he reading the Penny Saver?
Yeah. He's reading like the guy outside the subway hands you for free.
Such a liar, Brian Moynihan.
But that notwithstanding, they didn't give the list of papers in the article. First of all, Fortune, can we just stop it with these dopey...
No, don't listen to that. I love these. I
hate them. But he said, quote, "We have a pretty big history in this company. If you're late, you're actually selfish, and that's ingrained in people. So we try to always be on time, not because we say you have to be on time like it's some rule, but you're being selfish to other people involved."
I mean, do we have to go over the list of scandals at Bank of America in the last 20 years?
Like selfish? Like, I'm sorry, my kid's got a fever. The other kid was late for the bus. I had to drive them and figure it out. And I had to rush into the office because you asshole make me come into the office every single day now. Like, despite the fact that I can do all the same work from home. I'm sorry, I'm 3 minutes late. And
he probably just tells him
selfish.
just get a personal driver like I have. It's easy.
You know what? Just have fewer kids.
Do you know how easy Manhattan can be? I mean, come on, just make it easy for yourself.
Last option of the 10. I don't know how you're going to pick gold, silver, bronze
I think it's going to be easy for me. Go ahead.
All right, Dave Ramsey, not a traditional.
Who is
CEO.
Dave Ramsey? I see this guy on so many headlines. He's like the Jim Cramer. Who is he? He's a blowhard.
He's like a personal finance guru.
Okay, but does he have a radio show, TV show?
He had a radio show, a podcast. I think he's got some other media outlet things.
Here's who you see in the headlines all the time. Cramer. I understand Jim Cramer, CNBC.
Yeah, I like Jim Cramer, even if he's a blowhard.
I don't know whether I like or not. It doesn't matter. Jamie Dimon, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The big one, and now you see a lot of Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban. You've seen Cuban for a while, but because of the what's it called, that dumb show, Shark Tank? You hear every opinion about Kevin O'Leary. He seems to have all kinds of fatuous
they're
opinions.
still doing the only guy left on Shark Tank.
And then Dave Ramsey. You just hear a lot of constant Dave Ramsey.
Well, here's
so
my
I'm excited.
one-liner.
I'm excited you're talking about him.
0.0001% of Musk's worst day could end hunger on Earth. But sure, take away Halloween and pets from the rest of us. Here's the headline from Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey says 20% of Americans' Halloween and pet budgets could end hunger. There'd be no hungry kids.
This one hit me hard. This one. I mean, I understand the perspective you're taking here.
I know what he's doing.
But you know what? Because when I think about things like Jeff Bezos' empire, right? And I think about Amazon and Andy Jassy, I actually appreciate what Dave Ramsey is saying. If we didn't have this collective mania of a drug addiction in this country, like just throwing money into nonsense constantly as a culture, and even just to stay ahead with like things like Halloween and Christmas and weddings and engagement ring, we just waste so much cash that this one kind of hit me like. I live in a city, and I see a ton of homeless people, a ton of hungry people. It hit me hard, this one, actually.
But simultaneously, I also recognized immediately.
I blame Musk too.
That he is putting the problem
of
hungry kids on the people whose only joy is having a pet to love and having a fun Halloween.
The pet thing I don't agree with, but the holidays, the weddings, I actually do agree with a little bit.
But what is the point of being alive if all you're doing is now you have to go to work. You know that AI is probably going to get you laid off. You won't be able to find a job because nobody likes your skills. Like, you barely get by. You're living check to check.
But there are joys.
Dave Ramsey's coming out and saying you're overspending on Halloween. You could end hunger if you stopped it.
I understand, but there are other joys that don't require constant spending. Isn't that what the World Cup is? Isn't that what the World Cup shows the globe? Is that all you need is a ball. You need a ball to have fun in your backyard.
Are arguing about how to find joy while fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have everything.
Well, this is why
every possible thing. They own everything.
Well, this is the problem
Musk
to
just
me.
spent $1.2 billion on the upcoming midterm elections. That's how much he spent so far.
Well, this is the This is why I have such a problem. This is why I call some of these industries drugs. This is why I focus on this so much. I'm looking at retail. I'm looking at like streaming. I'm looking at whatever. I can't think of the third one, but like restaurants, food, Starbucks, because. And that we don't equate this with minimum wages. Like these places should not be in operation if they can't give all their workers living wages. Then they shouldn't be just like flooding the zone with this shit. That's all I'm trying to say.
I get you. I just don't think personal finance advice should be like,
I hear you.
You have to sacrifice to get by
right.
because 7 people have all the money.
That's what the conservatives
don't want to pay taxes and don't want to give you any of the money, and they telling you that they earned it and it's up to you to fucking earn your own way. There's no way they earned it.
Well, that's actually
Trump himself is the ultimate nepo baby. He's a giant nepo baby.
It's funny you mentioned that because Kevin O'Leary just this week had a headline saying, the problem is that you're like sandwich, basically. Like you should be making your own lunch.
There's personal finance gurus like Susie Orman and Kevin O'Leary now and Dave Ramsey go around telling you that you need to save, you need to sacrifice, you need to put yourself in a good place for when you're older. And the reason why you have to do that is because you can't afford health care and you're going to have to pay for it when you're old yourself because there's no health care system. Because you get minimum wage now. You basically can't have joy until you're 60 and retire. And it's fucking insane.
I agree with you, but I
get the addiction to the stuff.
Stop supporting the industries that they sell to us constantly.
100%.
All right, let's move on.
And simultaneously, get over the fact that it's all my fault. How about saying it's somebody else who took it all? Right? Like it's not all me.
I agree.
Some's gonna be
all right,
me.
Shut up. I like it.
All right, which is your gold, silver, bronze?
I did like
Tim
that
Cook,
rant, though.
Jamie Dimon, Zuck, Larry Fink, Andy Jassy, Nikesh Arora, Satya Nadella, Jeff Bezos, Brian
So
Moynihan,
what? Gold
Dave
is the biggest
Ramsey.
asshole, right?
Gold's the biggest asshole of this week in the non-speed round.
The gold is Satya Nadella.
Wow, I would not have picked Satya Nadella. Interesting.
I just think just because, well, for obvious reasons. We've been talking about AI for years now. For obvious reasons. Maybe this is just my perspective on this completely unmitigated disaster, this unregulated disaster where everyone's becoming super trillionaires. And anyway, silver, just because of the devastation to our democracy, and I appreciate your rant, and I think that the number one culprit really here is Jeff Bezos. So I'm going to give him a silver.
Ooh, silver. I like the silver. Okay, that I can get behind.
And then finally, the bronze. Boy, this
Usually
is
you do bronze, silver,
Yeah,
gold
you're right.
to build up. We're actually doing the third place one last.
I screwed it up. Bronze. Boy, this is tough.
I mean, we're on a clock here. Let's go. It's
I
selfish.
just told you to shut up, and I can't even think of anything to say.
Do you want me to go back to ranting?
There's so many things. I'll just.
It's a lot of assholes.
I'll go with Nikesh Arora, the Darwinian moment nonsense.
Oh, really? Oh,
I don't know. I'm just really.
choices.
I'm really focused on. I don't know. This AI shift is bugging me. I don't know. It's
you and everybody else.
No, I know, but we've been at this for years, and it's like this scary culmination of everything we've been warning about, which is we can't. We have to do something about letting a 10 CEOs sort of run away with everything. Not only run away with all the resources and all the wealth, but just plotting our course for our collective culture for us. And it's just it's off the track. I mean,
they stole all our knowledge. They stole all of our private information.
And they're
everything.
degrading our own ability now to even think and to process that knowledge.
They took the environment from us. They told us that this is fine for the environment,
it's
and it
happening
wasn't.
so quickly too.
They took the presidency. They're paying for politicians. They've taken
Citizens United, looking at you.
everything.
Yeah. And we don't even have time to mention all these stories. I think maybe you mentioned it in passing this show, but the amount of money that the AI are throwing into elections now, just to subvert elections, I find it overwhelming. So anyway, I could have voted for all that stuff, but you know me, I'm hyper. I have this sense of personal pride when we can finish a show in under an hour. So,
well, you already failed. All right, let's.
No, we're getting there.
Let's do headlines, winners, predictions, and these can go fast.
We could do this.
Legitimately go first. All right, go do your headline.
I'm going to just say the headline because it's scary. Beloved grandmother was standing in her own house when a Tesla, allegedly on autopilot, smashed through the wall and killed her in grandchildren's playroom.
That's not a good headline. I thought this was a funny, fun headline.
Oh, it's just a headline of the week. What do you got?
I got Ryanair says it will reluctantly not charge parents to sit next to children.
Yeah, he did say that.
I love reluctantly.
The CEO did use that word reluctantly. Yeah.
I love that. And I also have Elon Musk will get 1 billion shares of SpaceX if he can settle 1 million humans on Mars.
I hope there are 1 million humans who vote for his political beliefs.
The numbers are just so dumb. Why not 10 trillion shares if he can bring Gus to who sleeps at the bus station to Neptune? Why?
Gee, I wonder what race.
Numbers.
I wonder what race those 1 million humans will be. Let me think.
Who won the week for you?
For me, it's the mothership. Only because I've never gotten to say MSCI. I was excited to see them in the headlines. And look, I know everyone should know this already, but they don't. The risks associated with SpaceX are ridiculous. It's automatically going into your index funds. We should fight back more. I don't know how. Only the S&P. Only the S&P said no. Everyone else.
Yeah, they're in the Russell 1000
So I'm
already.
just, it sucks. I hate it. And so I'm going to give the MSCI credit for sticking to its methodologies. What do you
I'm
got?
close to yours. I chose ESG ratings. ESG ratings back in the news.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Musk is upset about it.
Devil incarnate.
I love that it's back. How about a prediction?
Okay, mine's a little bit long-winded. Symbolically giving up your $35 billion CEO pay package becomes the new $1 salary, right? Remember, CEOs used to symbolically give up their salaries as a way to be like, oh, I'm with you. So now proxy statements will say this. Our CEO generously waived his $35 billion pay package as a gesture of sacrifice to lead by example, preserve corporate cash, and show solidarity with displaced workers and stressed stakeholders.
Wow.
It's the new $1 salary. Because
first of all,
we need a new $1 salary.
You missed your calling in writing proxy statement, fluff. You should do more of that.
If they pay me, I'd do it.
All right, mine is short and sweet. Ryanair announces a new fee that children can pay to sit away from their parents.
Well, I got to tell you, it goes both ways. I've been on some flights where I got separated from my family, and it was a pretty relaxing flight. I got to tell you.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I napped. I read a book. It was pretty nice.
Reluctantly not charging parents to sit next to children. I feel like the children should get the option to not sit next to their parents. That's all we got. That's Hazelnut Rawless. I'm your analyst, Tom Mascari. We are Free Float. If you want beta access to the Free Float Analytics new beta site, and I know you're thinking, what do I need beta access to that for? I don't even know what it is. Trust me, it's got everything on it. Just look at it, try it, give it a whirl, and you can give feedback. Hit us, matt@freefloat.llc. But also, go check out Mike and Ann, who talked about private ordering on Wednesday. And we have a crossover show coming for in July 7th or 6th or 7th or something like that. I think it's one of those days.
It's after July 4th.
After the holiday in the U.S. We're actually off next week. No shows next week.
Good for you.
And we'll be back for that. Until then, good